There were a total of 4 fires, 3 of them on Burt Road where I am. Family, faith, and friends. And that's just a testament to the type of person that Mrs. Bush was. It's been so surreal, Carla, to see what damage that this EF3 tornado can do to this community and these homes.
For this mission, there are 2 helicopters.
It's so hard to hear you because everyone in here is going off the chain. It was that national attention at King's trial in Jasper, Texas that forced prosecutors to ask for a change of venue. Well, that change came 6 counties away right here at the Brazos County Courthouse. And you might be thinking that it's bikes like this just left sitting out and about. Virtual reality campus tour isn't new. In fact, Texas A&M has been doing it for quite some time, but now they want to take you around the world, and all you need is a phone. And if you want the full experience, a pair of goggles. There's been signs posted for nearly a year about the change. They've even put letters in the cemetery mailbox. We've gotten some beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, you name it. We got it. You have to really name that one.
News 3's Rusty Surratt and Whitney Miller are both standing by to bring us the latest developments.
You know, Rusty, when I got out here, I spoke to a man in the parking lot who had been sitting here waiting for police to remove the barricades. Well, that still hasn't happened. Where I am at the corner of Southwest Parkway and Texas Avenue, police are still putting out multiple barricades and diverting drivers to go either left or right on Southwest Parkway. When all this went down earlier, the employees in the shops in the Rocky Shopping Center were evacuated here to the True Fit parking lot. One woman I spoke with says she's had a lot of confusion and she has a lot of questions.
It's holding up the town. The streets are a mess. I don't want anybody hurt, but I don't understand how one man can hold the whole town hostage.
Since we've been reporting this, I've seen officers put out more barricades at Southwest Parkway and Texas Avenue. Thankfully, traffic is moving smoothly, but if you can avoid this area, you should. For now, in College Station, Whitney Miller, News 3.
Police Department with the latest, Whitney.
You know, investigators say they have found the body of a child in the Houston area. It has not yet been positively identified as Hazana's, and police are asking for patience as they continue to look for answers.
The integrity of this investigation is paramount, and as such, we will not be taking any questions at this time.
This woman that you're about to meet says that if she had not stopped by her friend's house for a visit, her daughter, who was sleeping in this room right here, might not have made it. If you're looking for tornado damage in Franklin, look no further than the flag.
This is the truck.
Kayla Smith says the flag on this home was erected Sunday when friends and family returned to clean up what's left of her best friend's home.
Her dad is a veteran, and that is why that flag is flying high for him.
She was visiting Saturday when an EF3 tornado ripped through their community. 4 adults and 2 children were huddled in a small bathroom.
We grabbed the girls, we ran down the hall to the bathroom, and honestly, we just started praying.
A roof gone, cars crushed, another tossed and flipped in the yard.
So this car doesn't even belong with this property.
Kayla says they're grateful just to be able to share their story.
Half these people over here helping, they don't even live over here. They're just here to help.
Yeah, you know, Kayla told me that she is just in awe of the community and how they've come together. I've seen food trucks, I've seen kids who are not in school today helping cut down trees for people, churches that have opened their doors. It's been completely refreshing to see, especially in the midst of all the things that have happened here in Franklin. For now, live, Whitney Miller, News 3. A clay-covered bone in a white bucket may be the final missing piece in the puzzle surrounding the death of local real estate agent Virginia Freeman.
Simply sampling some human tissue for the purpose of doing DNA.
That sample comes from convicted murderer James Otto Earhart, who was executed in 1999. Wednesday, his body was exhumed so investigators can compare his DNA with DNA found under Freeman's fingernails.
In this case, the bones are in good shape, so there shouldn't be any problems.
But this case has been nothing but a problem for investigators. It's one lead investigator, Kenny Elliott, and Texas Ranger Joshua Ray say they are happy to have solved.
We've put everything we got into this case. I mean, we have spent a lot of time traveling across the country, multiple different states, in hotel rooms late at night, going through evidence that we've already gone through.
He says the time and effort spent was worth it to bring closure for the Freeman family.
Hopefully at some point it brings some type of finality, some type of closure for them, you know, but it takes time. I mean, nothing can replace her.
And nothing can replace the exceptional role science played in solving this decades-old case.
At the time of this homicide, there was no such thing as DNA. It had not come about.
Yeah.
And now just how far DNA has come is just absolutely amazing. DNA is my very best friend.
Now Freeman's case may just be the tip of the iceberg for cold cases across the country.
Hey, this is proof that we're not done yet finding out what we can do with DNA, and there's potential that we can solve so many other cold cases.
In Huntsville, Whitney Miller, News 3.
Like, how long was he in there watching me doing that?
Danielle Mary is a student at Blinn. She lives at the Junction Apartments in College Station. She says early Saturday morning she woke up to a man in her bedroom.
I felt weird, and then I started realizing there was something wet on my face right here, and I was like feeling it, and I knew it wasn't water or anything.
What Danielle believed she was feeling was semen.
I put my hand down on my bed, and it was wet right there too.
Danielle says as she looked around her room, she noticed her door was moving. The man was still inside.
And I screamed at him, and he just ran out and ran down my stairs.
But he was too fast. She locked herself in her bathroom and called police for help.
They did fingerprint testing and stuff. They took my blankets and my sheets and my pillowcases because he had left his sperm on it everywhere.
Danielle took to Twitter with a post that is now going viral. She's warning her friends to lock their doors, something she says she wishes she would have done.
Everyone forgets. Sometimes, we get distracted, we go to bed, we don't think to check and everything, but I would just tell everybody to double check their doors before they go to bed.
She's even gone to the extra step of installing a louder door alarm.
It's really loud, we can hear it from both rooms.
And she wants to find the man who did this.
I'd rather find this person than worry about how I feel right now because I don't want it to happen to anybody else.
In College Station, Whitney Miller, News 3.
Me, my brother and sister.
Right off the bat, Joshua Butron shared his pain.
Oh, is it? Any other voice troubles?
He and his siblings had a rough childhood, born in San Antonio and raised by an aunt in Killeen. He says his earliest childhood memories are dark, but he has a way of coping. He uses the gym and shadow boxing to relieve his anger.
Yeah, I can still remember that day.
24 years ago, he found out his mother, Mary Ann Butron, was killed.
And she said, yes, your mom's dead.
That was in 1995. Mary Ann's body was found on a dead-end street along FM 2818 near Highway 6 in Bryan. Investigators say she was brutally murdered. Her family believes she was visiting town with another man. Only recently did Joshua learn his mother was pregnant at the time of her death.
It hurts because the dude that did it took something away from me.
He says even though their relationship was strained, he's still deeply affected by her loss.
I feel empty inside. This guy took a piece of my heart.
The Brazos County Sheriff's Office is working to find the killer. They're resubmitting more than 100 pieces of evidence for DNA testing.
Hope they do have a match. 24 going on 25 years not knowing nothing and finding something, it's worth it.
He believes knowing will help him heal. In San Antonio, Whitney Miller, News 3.
We're grateful. We're grateful that we're still here.
It took Tina Villanueva and her family 6 months to get back in their home on West Colorado Street.
When nobody knew it was going to get that high.
Now her home is safely perched on concrete block pillars, but this time last year, Tina and her neighbors were underwater.
The water got into 6 or 7 feet inside the house. It covered the doors inside the house.
She says they were completely blindsided when the storm swept away all her precious memories.
My husband said, don't worry about it, it's not going to get that high. So we didn't take nothing out, whatever, just a few clothes or whatever, and I lost everything.
As painful as it was to lose those mementos, there were others in the community nearby that weren't nearly as lucky. Before the storm hit last year, more than 300 families lived in this community. Now there's only empty lots, and families that did come back, the city believes maybe 30, they live in FEMA trailers like this one.
So now this is her kitchen.
Okay. It's been a year, and Tina says they're finally putting on the finishing touches. Do you fear that it could happen again?
Yes.
Yeah.
I do fear that.
But even still, she says, LaGrange is home. What keeps you here?
Family. All my family lives here, and his family lives here.
In LaGrange, Whitney Miller, News 3.